Rinse and repeat. It is the same thing every night. The Mariners faced a really good starting pitcher. I'm not asking them to get 5 or 6 runs. I'm asking them to get 1 or 2. The Mariners starting pitcher that they threw out tonight was really good. It didn't make a difference because the offense, once again, was atrocious. The bullpen was fine. What is up? What is going on, everybody? Welcome back and welcome into the Seattle Mariners post-game recap. Mariners lose this one tonight 2-0 to the Baltimore Orioles. They fall to 47-40 on the season. Thanks to Toronto beating Houston, they do maintain a 3-game lead in the AL West. Before I go any further, do me a favor, smash the like button, hit subscribe if you're new or lurking. I'm on the road to 4,000 subs, and comment your thoughts on the game down below. I know I reference The Office a lot. I can mix it up. We can talk some Seinfeld, or we can talk some Star Wars or something like that. But there was an episode, I think in the 8th or 9th season, and Daryl's doing his talking head thing, and he goes, let's just knock out a bunch of these right now. And he goes, wow, he or she has really gotten themselves into quite a predicament. And then they use it later for a scene. I could just make these post-game recaps like tonight and just plug in names, and it would be the same. Wow, the Mariners pitcher, George Kirby, was really good tonight. Wow, the Mariners second baseman, Jorge Polanco, was really bad tonight. Wow, the Mariners almost rallied and won it thanks to a home run by Cal Raleigh. And it would be the same thing because the Mariners played 2 games where they lose a game like this, where they pitch well and have no offense, or they pitch well and have no offense but find a way to scratch out 2 or 3 runs late and win it, which, crazy enough, they almost did tonight. They almost did. Cal just misses a home run by a foot that would have tied the game up. You know, it's the same thing every single night. And you know why? Because that's what they are. Early in the year, we're still not really sure what they're going to be. So the post-game recap's a little different each time because we're not quite sure if the offense is going to be bad. We're not quite sure how good the pitching is. The pitching's really good. Starting pitching's fantastic. The bullpen's pretty solid. I think it would be better with Brash and Santos, but overall, it's held its own and done its job, and the offense is terrible. But that's what they are. So guess what? A lot of the games are going to be like that, where they pitch really well and don't get runs. Or they rally late and get a couple runs because they can hit home runs occasionally and they run into one and they win some games. That's why these are all starting to sound the same. And I feel bad, guys. I'm not trying to just repeat myself, but and you guys are awesome. I love talking baseball with all of you. So it's not that, but I don't know what else to add to it. George Kirby was awesome. The offense was atrocious. Grayson Rodriguez is a really good pitcher. There's no reason you can't get a run or 2 off of him. Believe it or not. I know this sounds crazy, but all these great starting pitchers the Mariners face, they face some really good ones, but they are capable of giving up a run. Rodriguez's ERA now sits at 3.45. He's great. Again, this isn't a slight on him, but that means he gives up runs. Every starting pitcher is capable of giving up a run. I mean, the Mariners get a hit. I'm like, hey, all right, we got a hit off this guy. You know, it shouldn't be that way. And I know I tongue in cheek said in the beginning, but it's true. I'm not asking them to get 5 runs off Rodriguez, a run or 2, something, a base hit when you had 2nd and 3rd in the 5th or 6th inning, anything to do it. That would have been great. 2 runs over 6 innings is but man, it might have won you the game tonight. It might have resulted in a W for you. It's just so tiring. It is so tiring. And I can keep repeating the same thing big picture wise. Big picture wise, yeah. They're in a nice position. They're 3 games up. That's awesome. I'm still happy about that. I'd much rather have them be 3 games up than 3 games out. Thanks to Toronto for winning tonight. So the magic number is reduced. I think it's at 74. Getting closer to clinching that AOS title by default. But, I'll take it. I'm not going to turn that down if that's what happens. You're certainly going to have to play better if you want to keep that lead against Houston. They changed up the batting order tonight. Shocker, it didn't make a difference. Part of that, again, is facing Rodriguez. But, guys, I've preached on here, batting orders doesn't matter a lot. We focus on it. But if you ever actually, sat and, the Yankees are in a slump right now. Is anybody sitting there going, boy, wonder what the Yankees' batting order looks like? No, because we know they're just in a bit of a slump. The Mariners' batting order doesn't matter because none of them are hitting. Listen, I'm not against them mixing it up. I'm not. If that can spark something, get something going, fine. Mix up the order. I'm not saying it was a wrong decision to do it. I'm not saying anybody that's claiming to change up the order is wrong either. I get it, right? Let's see if something else works. I'm all for it. But nothing else will work if the guys don't hit better. I mean, if tomorrow night the Mariners trotted out me, my wife, our 3 kids, my mom, my brothers, and that was your starting 9, does the batting order matter? Are you going to sit there and go, wow, Jay should have batted 4th? Trust me, I should not be batting 4th in any lineup. But, no, it wouldn't matter because we all stink. Maybe my wife, she might be pretty good. She might hit a couple out there. But for the rest of us, it would be atrocious. It doesn't matter where we'd hit because we're not good. I'm being a bit over the top with it. Obviously, these are professional hitters, but the Mariners lineup is not good right now. Nobody is hitting except maybe Luke Raley. And Rojas did well tonight. Rojas overall is certainly not the problem with this team. So I don't care where they bat. They've just got to be better. And I mean, I joked, I think a few weeks ago, and I kept, kind of saying, not that it was early, but like, hey, I still think this offense can turn around. I still think they can. And I kind of joked, but when am I going to run out of time to say that? Because I'm like, hey, there's still 97 games left. Or I think I said 100. I think there's 100 games left at the time. Still 100 games left. Still 90 games left. Still 80. Still 70. Still 40. Still 20. I mean, it's going to be 2 games to go, and I'm going to go, maybe the offense can turn this around. There's 2 games left. Let's do it. I'm being tongue-in-cheek, but you see my point. I don't know what game this was, 47-40. This game 87. There's 75 games left to play. Eventually a spade's a spade. A duck's a duck. Whatever the old saying is there. The Mariners offense is not good. Do I think there's more in the tank with some of these guys? I do. But it hasn't shown yet. And we are well into this season. Jorge Polanco is awful. What an awful game from Polanco. If Ryan Bliss starts at second base tonight, game might still be going on at 0-0. Might still be playing. Because I think Bliss makes those plays. And it was it the 5th inning, the 4th inning where Baltimore got the first run. There was a ground ball hit to Polanco. Ty looked like a little late covering first, but I think they could have gotten the out at first. And then he slips and misses the throw to second. Hits Rushman. Everybody's safe. I think later in that inning, Santander hits one that honestly off the bat I thought was a double play. And Polanco can't even get to it. And then there was one in the 5th he bobbled as well. I think it was in the 5th. That I thought was a little bit of a tougher play. But because of the miscues, I'm not going to give you a pass on the tougher play. Do I think Ryan Bliss would have done anything against Rodriguez tonight at the plate? No. Honestly, no. But I think he makes a couple of those plays. Maybe the game's 0-0, and maybe someone runs into one. The Mariners can hit home runs occasionally. Maybe someone runs into one. You win at 1-0. And you win that game. Polanco's, I know it's only been, 7-8 games since he's come back. He was awful before going on the injured list, and he looks the same. It's just the same thing. I mean, he did reach base thanks to a shoelace in the 9th inning, so maybe if we can just get bigger shoelaces on the Mariners. I joked yesterday on Twitter, fans are booing hit by pitches. I'll be clear, I don't want the Mariners to get hit. I want anybody to get hurt potentially. But jokingly wise, I was like, Mariners fans should not be booing hit by pitches because it's probably the best offensive weapon they've got. Again, tongue-in-cheek, I don't want anybody getting hurt, obviously. These are human beings. But, I was having hey, nice at bat by Polanco. Stuck the shoelace out there a little bit in the 9th inning. I mean, you've at least got to play Bliss and see. Do I think Ryan Bliss is the long-term answer at second base? I don't know. A lot of swing and miss there, but you're going to get better base running. You're going to get better defense. I think Polanco has the better arm, but that's about it. And honestly, right now, Bliss is a better bat overall, too. I don't know why I forgot to mention that. So I think it's time. I mean, either DFA or a Phantom IL. If you want to try and activate him in September and see if he can help a final push, fine. But, I mean, it's time. Julio, move him down to 7th. Just some atrocious at-bats. Yainer Cano hung some change-ups to him. Would have grounded into a double play if it weren't for Julio having some speed. Now, I don't want to take away a guy's skill set. That's part of what makes Julio good is his speed. But essentially grounds into a double play. He had hittable pitches from Kimbrel in the 9th inning. 93, 94, a couple of them were center cut. Misses them. I don't know what to do. And I know some people send them down. Can you? And maybe you can. This is just, again, I always say, what's my channel? We're sitting at the bar having a beer talking. Crazy as it sounds, Julio is still probably one of your better players. because he's good on the base pass and he's good defensively. If everybody else in this lineup was raking, I might be more for it. I mean, where does Julio rank in F4 on the current roster? Let's see if I can find that. He's probably like second or third on the team. Let's see. I'm on Fangraphs right now. We're going Mariners. Let's see. WAR. Josh Rojas won 7. Cal Raleigh won 5. JP, is this year? 1-3. I mean, Julio is 1, 2. This is just hitters. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 0.8 wins above replacement level. I mean, not great. Victor Robles is 8th. Look, Rivas has been worth the same as Ty France. Rivas had like 1 at-bat this year and has put up like the 5th most F-WAR by this offense. Is this just the hitters? Yeah, Mitch Garver, 0. I mean, Jorge Polanco, negative 0.2. Mitch Haniger has almost been a full win below replacement level. How is Brian? Oh, that's just hitting. It's just hitting. So, I mean, like, it's actually, I honestly thought Julio was going to be a little higher in terms of WAR on the team. But, I mean, he's still been one of your at least top 5, 6 most valuable hitters. And I get it. I'm not trying to make, this isn't a defense of Julio. It's a knock on the team. They're all bad. The only guys that have given you anything are Luke Raley, Josh Rojas, and Dylan Moore. And Cal and JP have been probably acceptable if other guys were playing better. I don't know. I mean, it's just, I mean, how many times they even strike out tonight? 11, walked 4 times, and then hit by pitch, I think 3. So 7 base runners that way. And here's the scary thing. You actually shut down the Orioles offense today. Logan goes tomorrow. He got a shot, but I mean, you're going to keep Gunnar Henderson was 1 for 4 with 3 Ks. Adley Rutschman, 0 for 4. Santander did have 2 hits. So actually more hits from the Orioles than I thought, but like, it's going to be hard to keep them to 2 runs each game. So even if you do hit a little bit better tomorrow, are you going to be able to hold the Orioles offense down? It's a great offense. It's a great offense. But this is just kind of what the Mariners are. Great pitching staff. Great. They're going to keep you in ball games like tonight. They kept you in it. The Mariners had a shot in the 9th inning. Cal Raleigh missed a home run that would have tied this game by an inch. They brought up Dom Canzone and Julio with a chance to win the game. Guys that have legitimate pop in their bats. The Mariners could have won this game because of the pitching. The pitching is good enough that's giving this team chances to win some of these miracles. But unfortunately, when your offense is this bad, it also gives you a chance to lose a lot of games that are winnable. That probably should have been a win. And I'm not trying to take away from Baltimore. Like, Baltimore is fantastic and just, I mean, an uber talented team. And I'm sure if they would have lost, they would have said it's a winnable game. My point is, George Kirby pitched against a great lineup, kept you in this game. Austin Voth got out of a tight situation. Colin Snyder and Mike Baumann did their jobs. Cal Raleigh defensively did his job throughout 2 or 3 base runners. And you kept an amazing offense that I'm sure leads baseball in WRC plus or is at least 2nd or 3rd. And you kept them in check. You got to find a way to win that because you're not going to shut that offense down many times. Just frustrating, you know, and it's, in some ways, it's one of the most frustrating Mariners teams I've seen. And part of that is they're leading the AL West. If the season ended today, we'd get playoff baseball in Seattle at home. We'd be watching, if the season ended tonight, we'd have a series at home against Minnesota, I think, or Kansas City. That's what's so frustrating. There's been much worse Mariners teams, but I'd already given up by July 2nd on a lot of those teams. So I didn't have the care that I do for this team. Logan going tomorrow. Corbin Burns, congrats to him and his wife. I think they just gave birth to twins. So I don't know if he's going tomorrow, if he's back on the Orioles roster or not, or if he's down. Catch a huge break. You know, so good thing him and his wife started to get it on 9 months ago today. No, I'm just having fun. You know, and maybe you catch a break there and get a spot starter. I don't know, or he's back. I don't know. But, you know, you got a shot. Anytime Logan's on the mound, you're going to have a chance. But it's just, you know, it's the same stuff. And guys, I swear, I'm not trying to be negative. I'm a positive person. I am very happy the Mariners have a 3-game lead. I am very happy that I'm going to have a great time on the 4th of July, having a barbecue, doing all those things. We're going to have the TVs outside with the in-laws watching the Phillies and the Mariners. I'm going to have a blast. And it's super fun that I'm going to get to watch a team that's in first place. I love it. It's exciting. But man, is it frustrating. Man, is it frustrating. And this offense is just, I've defended it. And I've kind of said, oh, it looks like they're coming out of it a little bit. And, hey, I think they can compete in the playoffs because you got some guys that can run into one, and not like this. Not like this. I mean, Julio should be your best player. And he's been just kind of, Julio's a guy that you sign as your fourth outfielder right now, the way he's playing. It's acceptable playing, great defense, good base running, base stealer that occasionally runs into one. That'd be fine if it was Dylan Moore's slash line. I would be like, oh, okay, it's acceptable. It's not okay for Julio. And he just looks so lost. I honestly do want, I don't know. I'll let you guys debate that in the comments. Probably won't see me in there too much tonight. I've got to be up in a few hours, so I'm going to hit the hay. And hopefully the Mariners bounce back tomorrow and get a W. Toronto can find a way to beat Houston, win the series. You can get 4 games up. I'm clinging to that. It's frustrating. Can I think of a silver line? George Kirby was great. Bullpen Austin Voth was really good. Mariners did a good job at getting hit by a couple pitches in the ninth. I don't know. Win tomorrow. Have a great night, everybody. Take care. Love y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. And as always, go Mariners. Peace.